And we are live, James.
Hi, everybody. Hi, this is James M. Prague and SoulCARE. You're at Monday, 12 o'clock Pacific time to share some insights and some. Um, Oops, I just deleted myself. Now, you hear me, John?
I hear you
Yes.
fine. Yeah, you're still there.
I hit my button. Just to share insights and get connected from where we've been the past week,
Yeah.
different experiences. We've been through life experiences in this lovely planet. It's crazy time right now. Just it's nutty. I was just telling John, 6 planets in retrograde right now, six, and Neptune went in the other night. And Kelly Waterfriend says that retrogrades are wild cards. That things change in instant, and it does. John, did you see the new? I'd never heard this term, fire NATO. Fire NATO. Did you hear that?
I I did. Yes. Yes.
I
Isn't
never
that
heard of that.
wild? Yeah.
Wild. So here in
Not to
California,
be
we have.
confused with the Sharknado.
Yeah, they're having sharks off the
But
coast.
we are living in a sci-fi movie right now, I have to tell you.
They're having
Yes.
sharks off our coast, sharks in New York coast. It's just, yeah, it's sci-fi movie, no doubt about
Yes.
it.
Every week is a new chapter in our sci-fi movie.
Every day, it's like, wow, what are we going to learn today? How
You're
interesting is
right.
this? And you always, it's funny 'cause Kelly was saying, expect the unexpected, and you're going to see life like you've never seen it before. You'll never have seen it like this. No, and it's interesting. She said it's like two big monsters fighting each other. It's like, whoa,
Mhm.
that's a push and pull. So yeah,
Yeah, Mars and Aries and
Mars and
um,
Aries, which is war. So there's a war pending because Mars and Aries, and that's when you have that placement like that, and you have all those aspects kind of battling each other out.
yeah.
It can only come out like war. So
Yeah. I find that really interesting, especially with what's going on with the post office, because
that's
that's affecting.
bizarro
Yeah,
too. That was
it's
someone said they're
really,
moving post office boxes. I'm like, they're moving
yeah.
boxes.
I,
I
it's
mean,
just
come on. It's like
like I
really.
say,
I just can't.
every week it's a new chapter in this
Wow,
strange movie.
strange movie.
Yeah,
So I was thinking today talk a little bit about not taking things for granted, living in the moment, and not taking things for granted. Because as I just mentioned, things will change like that on a dime. And I just heard news in myself, the personal news of things around me, and it changed like that.
yeah.
And it's really interesting. So I just want to say for everybody here, never take time for granted. Make sure that you live for the moment. And if you ever have to, if you have someone that you haven't forgiven, call them up and say, I'm sorry, or,
Mhm.
just try to forgive them. Or maybe someone you haven't talked to, you left in a bad terms, call them up and just speak to them. I just did that recently with a friend of mine. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. And I just decided, I'm going to take the high road here. And I did. And yeah, we're good friends for many years. And sometimes you can tell when a friendship falls out, that's it's over. Souls come together for
Yeah,
a season, a reason, a lifetime. But this
right.
is definitely a free friends go up and down too. But this person, I went back and I took the high road, which I have to do. You have to do that. Some people don't have adequate awareness to do that. So it's fine. It is what it is. I was thinking also. I want to live this. I want to leave this life with having no shouldas, wouldas, or couldas. And
Mm,
that's what I wrote my book Unfinished Business about, because I was getting very tired of having spirits come back and say, if only I knew then what I know now, I would have behaved very differently. I would have made better choices. I would have lived in love, not fear.
yeah,
So that's really taught me, and I hope I can teach everybody else. You got to live for the moment. The past has happened, it's already done. The future is yet to be. So all we have is this moment now. So live the max of this moment now. Okay. And Johnny,
yes.
I also want to read something. This is called Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, Buddhist, and he's one of the best-known Zen teachers in the world, and teaching the art of mindful living for more than 70 years. His Mindfulness Essentials series introduces beginners and reminds seasoned practitioners of the essentials of mindfulness practice. Thich Nhat Hanh, the best. So I just opened any page, and this is what I picked up for today: feeding our suffering.
Mm,
The Buddha said, nothing can survive without food, not even love. Without nourishment, your love will die. You can learn ways to nurture your love every day, so your love can continue to thrive. What kind of food are you feeding your love? It's
yeah.
interesting, right? When you produce loving thoughts, speech, and actions, these nurture your love. These nurture your love and help it grow strong. Suffering also requires food to survive. If you continue to suffer, it's because you feed your suffering every day and not love. Thoughts, conversations, films, books, magazines, and the internet are sensory foods that we consume. If we don't care, if we don't, this is interesting. hmm That that we consume. If we don't carefully choose what we consume, these things can water the seeds of anger, fear, violence, and discrimination within us. If you stop feeding your suffering, it will also die. So that's also like having victim consciousness. It's like, what
Mm-hmm.
do we have victim consciousness? What we have to learn from that. We're better than that. So that's just a little bit of a reminder for everybody. Feed your love. And who are the people in your life around you who support you and help you grow? Or are there no people there to do that? Interesting.
Yes, very much so. So we're getting lots of questions,
Okay, let's
James.
answer the
We're going to open
question.
up our Q&A.
Okay.
So just to remind everybody, James is not doing any personal readings today, but he will be offering an evening with Spirit on August 28th. And the details are at vanprog.com, and click on events there.
Yes, that's
And
right.
you can sign up for that. That's going to be not this Friday, but the following Friday.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this Friday I'll be in Los Angeles.
Yeah?
I'm going to be doing a dinner, a birthday dinner. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So have you been traveling much? I mean, I
No,
heard,
not at
no?
all. I went to LA the other day, last week,
Yeah.
to visit a friend up there, and I was the only person on the train, which was great.
Oh,
It
wow.
was great until I'm looking at the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and then I see these two sheriffs coming up the aisle with. I'm like, okay, with the dog, okay, and then 5 minutes later, two more sheriffs with the dog. I said, wait, hey guys, excuse me, what's with the dogs? And they said, oh, we're just looking for explosives.
Oh,
I said, okay, happy COVID.
jeez. Wow.
Things can change
Sci-fi
like that.
movie. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
interesting. Yeah, interesting. So I'm going
Sure
to have some
is.
more fun of that. Yeah, it's Friday. So I don't travel. I'm not missing traveling, John. I don't miss traveling at all. What I do miss, I started 2 days ago. I really miss the interaction with people, with the
Yeah.
physical presence of people and an
Sure.
audience and working with an audience and seeing the light bulbs go off. And that I do miss now. I miss it now.
Yeah.
Um, 'Cause Zoom is great, but it's only two-dimensional. So
Right. Yes.
it's like
100%.
stand-up comics say the same thing. They miss that interaction with their
Yeah.
audiences because it helps you. It's a give and take.
Right.
So I miss that.
So
Okay,
Lori
question.
has a question for you. Is meditation like a mini vacation from Earth School? I love that description.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Actually, it's a good way to put it, Lori. It is because if you're putting yourself in your awareness, so think of it, you're putting your awareness, your mind into a space of quiet, in a space of silence, and you're in this kind of respite place for a little bit.
Mhm.
And that definitely puts you in that space and you're away. It's a vacation from your the daily grind and the worries and the mental exhaustions that we have. So yes, indeed.
Yeah. Ashley's asking, how can you strengthen your abilities? Where do you start? Well, I think your school's a great place for that.
My school is the place to start for that. So Psychic
Yes.
Portal is a great one, and
Yeah.
I have an intuitive course as well. Start there, start the basics, but take your time and be patient because it's a process. You can't just,
Mhm.
take a class and you're there. It's a process. You're slowly going to have a relationship with your own soul. So that's part of it. But
Okay.
check out the school. The school's the best. That's why I created it. It's people have loved it all over the world. It's up there probably. I don't know if they do like the best websites of our schools, but it's probably one of the top 3 or 5. I would
Oh,
think
yeah.
it has
Well,
to
and
be.
so much to learn. And if you go to jvpschoolofmysticalarts.com and you go into the search box, you can type in a keyword that you're looking for, and you'll find the course for your soul. That's what we always say. So,
Great, John.
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
Deanna says, what is the best way to listen to your guides? And do you find their name when you get close? So you have a course on that,
I have a
actually,
course
connecting
on
with
that,
your
and I wrote
guides
a book
in your
about
book.
it.
Yeah.
That's right. And there's a guide course, a very thorough guide course. And remember, Deanna, there's my book. Thanks,
Yeah.
John. And and cards as well. I have. And
Yeah.
anybody who, Deanna, it's a good question. Hmm, um, the best way to listen to your guides is start to listen to yourself. So you have to slow down, close your eyes. I
Mhm.
often say go into a closet, and I say make sure you get no interaction from any humans, animals, children. That you have to be very quiet in that place, and this
Mm.
is your place to rest. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit in the quiet of your being, and you can just be aware of your breath, the inhalation, the exhalation, and eventually you'll go into a silent space, and that will that will be so profound for you, for everybody. And it's
Mhm.
when you do it, I'd say every day for 15 minutes. Just try it. You will find that it's like the skin of the layers of the onion are peeled away, and you begin to have a sense of your soul. And if you come from a space of the inside out, and you become aware of all this space around you, and you become aware of the different energies around you, which are your guides. The guides come in different energy forms and sensing and feeling. So
Mhm.
that's really how you communicate with your guides, becoming aware of what their energy feels like first. But in order to do that, you first have to feel your own soul and have that relationship with your soul. So you have that sense, and then you go a little step higher, if you will, to your guides. So that's a process, and fitting the silence of your being that will help.
Great. Tara saying, can we find our own soul purpose? How can we find our own soul
I
purpose?
have a course on it.
You do.
I
All
do.
right.
I do. Yeah, I do. It's a very, again, all these courses are very intense and yeah, pretty full, chock
Do
full.
you
So I have
remember
a
the
course.
name of that one in particular, or I can look it up and
Oh,
see?
yeah, yeah,
Actually, no,
yes,
I found it.
you found
It's
it.
yeah, you have 28 days to total transformation
Total,
and life
yes,
tools for the highly sensitive people.
great
Right?
courses. Yep,
Great.
great courses.
Yeah, and there's
People's
actually
lives
a
are
button
changed.
there that says soul purpose. Just click
Yeah,
that button
and
and
you can read the descriptions of all of them, and they're
yeah,
pretty great based upon reviews
yeah,
from people. Hey, John, we should do that. We should have reviews on the different courses, like
that would
on
be
the
great.
website.
Yeah,
I just thought of that.
there
Thank you.
you go.
Let me write that down. Okay.
Right. So let's see here. This is a good one. Valerie says, trauma blocks me from me. I need to get out of victim mode, but I'm so hurt and afraid to step out again. Mm,
So I got to ask her, what is she afraid of?
yeah, I know with trauma, it has a lot to do with trusting people, and that's what blocks.
And John works a lot with Kelly White, our
Yeah,
friend, the medium, and
yeah,
Dr. Shirley
sure do.
Impelzini, and she's a psychiatrist, right? And psychotherapist.
Yeah, Shirley's a psychologist, and Kelly
Psychologist.
is
Kelly's
a
psychotherapist.
marriage family therapist.
There we go.
So yeah,
And,
so
and and they work a lot with, what is the name of it, John? Somatic
yeah,
experience.
Shirley does a lot with somatic experiencing, which is, the trauma that gets stuck in the body physically, and the motions and all of that. So yeah, so she works a lot with somatic experiencing, and Kelly is, working with grief and connecting with a lot to deal with suicide. Actually, she gets a
Oh
lot of
wow,
people who, who are either suicide survivors or wants to connect with someone who's committed suicide. So yeah.
wow. And tonight's her show, right, John? Both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
Okay.
every Monday at 6 p.m. Both Sides Now TV.
Definitely
Uh,
check it out, folks, because and the trauma is very much
right.
Valerie, and we have, it's very interesting. I just found this out the other day from a friend, Ken Seeley. He's an addiction specialist and a therapist. He's been a friend of mine for years, and I was looking at his newsletter, and the bottom of it, I went and it said trauma eggs. So there are this
Mm,
energy called trauma eggs, and they get stuck in your body, as you know, because trauma will do that. And we got to take care of those traumas. We got to really work through. We got to the somatic experience, healing those traumas, because they block us. They block us from living life in certain
right.
ways, and we put all our energy into that traumatic experience, and we can't live life. So definitely, I would listen to tonight's show, because they are the Dr. Shirley and Kelly, they are the ones who could help you with that.
Yeah, so that's at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time,
And
and
28
it's
Day Transformation helps trauma also, but they're the professionals.
yeah,
But the 28 Day Transformation go into it with childhood and so forth.
yeah, that's what Sandy's saying. Sandy's saying the best course to start with is the 28 days. She
Oh,
recommends
thanks,
it for
Sandy.
anyone. Yeah.
Thanks, sweetheart. That's great.
Yeah, so let's see here. We've got a lot going on. We have June asking, will the Starseed recording be available for those that purchase tickets but were not able to attend? That was a great event.
That was a
We
great
we
event.
almost
That was,
3 hours.
was it 3 hours? Was it? I was
Almost.
exhausted. Oh,
Yeah, that
no,
was
that was
awesome.
phenomenal. So informative. And we do have it on recording, don't we,
We
John?
do. Yeah, we
Yeah.
record every Zoom meeting that we have. So you can reach out to support, June, support@vanprog.com, and they'll be able to assist you with that.
And I'll ask them also to recording of Starseed. I'll find
Yeah.
out more
And then
details.
speaking of new course coming up, let's talk about the animal communication course that you've got coming. Spiritual Animal Friends. Yay!
Yay! My new course.
Yes.
It's
So let's talk
fabulous.
about that.
I've wanted to do this for many, many years, but I had to get other courses done first before I could launch this one.
Hmm.
So I've done that, and now I'm able to do work with the animals. And it's a 3-night course. And the first night is going to be totally, oh, it's great. It's going to be telepathic communication with your living animals. Or those were passed over. But we have a very special guest I'm working with, Samantha Kudry, and she is, I just can't say enough about her. She's on YouTube's, and she's been on a lot of TV shows. She's internationally known. She also helped Barbara Streisand with her dog who was passing
Ooh.
away. She's done a lot of work, and she's going to be the first night. And I have a card right here. She's seminars, therapy work, long distance. She does private readings, interspecies communication. And I used some of her techniques with my dog, and it worked 100%. I was like, oh my goodness. I saw my dog as a puppy. My dog was not eating out of this bowl, this blue bowl, because I guess they were preparations and it held back the food for her because I didn't
Mhm.
want her to get digestive problems, and she wouldn't eat. So I asked her after the second day. I said, Maisie, what's going on?" And I tried blending my mind with hers, and I was brought back to her puppyhood. And I got the sense from her. She showed me that she wasn't able to. She was a runt of the litter, smallest one, and she couldn't get to eat the food. And once she got in there, a bigger doggy would bite her tail or
Oh,
her
wow.
haunches. So that was something I was like, and she felt with this blue bowl she couldn't get into the food, so that trauma came back.
Yeah.
So I said, "I will change the bowl for you." She goes, "Please," and I did, and she ate like that. And that
That's
was based
amazing.
on Samantha's techniques. Samantha's very down to earth, very real tourist lady, kind as could be, and I'm going to help her create this interspecies communication academy she wants to do. So she's the first night, and
Very cool.
the second night we're going to have my good friend Michael Tamura and Raphael Tamura. They're incredible healers, animal healers, but physical healers, incredible. And when I went to see them once years ago, Michael was working on me. He said, "Well, he's cleaning off the auric field, and he was able to tell me the karmic obligations I had with people based upon the energy of that in the auric field." So we'd pull up something and goes,
Wow.
"Oh, here's someone named Holly." I said, "Oh, I met her in college." "Oh, it's not done yet. You still have things to do." Sure enough, I got married to a Holly 2 years later. And and it's all the karmic all the karmic lessons you have to learn, and there it's in your field. So he was doing that. Amazing man. Does a Christ Force healing. He does healing with animals, and amazing. So he's going to talk about that on the second night. And the third is mediumship with animals. I'm going to be doing readings with Tammy Hendricks, who's also a very
Yeah.
accomplished medium and animal communicator. And we're going to have a good night for mediumship with animals. So 3 nights. Please
Yes, I'll
join me.
put that right here. So there's the dates. August 27th, September 3rd, and September 10th at 4 p.m. So that's on a Thursday
Yep.
at 4 p.m. Pacific time and 7 p.m. Eastern time. So,
And
and
I'll see
these
about getting
sessions,
that repeated too, John. I'm going
yeah,
to
all
ask
these
him about
sessions will
that.
be recorded,
Okay.
and we'll figure out how to get them distributed after that. So, yes.
Perfect.
All right. So let's see here. Who else do we have asking some questions?
How many
Oh,
people are in the room about?
we've had at least 1,000, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and we're watching. Let's see.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
YouTube
they're
also,
watching
right?
from Facebook and YouTube because this is a
Cool.
simulcast. So that's
Cool.
great. Yeah. So let's see. Can you talk about your YouTube channel, James, and what you've got coming up with the Starseed event? Or
I think there's one on there, isn't there yet? I think we launched it. I'm not sure it's
did
on there.
you? Oh, I'll have to
I,
check that
I'm
out.
not sure. I didn't see it. So I've been working with Ryan Brown, who's a gifted graphic designer, internet person,
Yeah, he's really
and
talented.
creator. And we're going to do. We're working on a show for YouTube, James Darseed, James TV, and it's me acting goofy and talking about little 10 to 15-minute clips about different topics like balance, the
Mhm.
importance of movement in life. Let's see what else there is. Boundaries, guilt, forgiveness, little things like this I talk about for about 10 to 15 minutes and give examples and so forth. And it's really also a tour around my gardens that I've created. I created these gardens for 7 years now, and 5 years. And I've really created this space from rock, and I share it with everybody to see what's possible. And we talk a lot about the garden, talk about flowers, and the connection between flowers and us, and the oneness of it all. So it's a great
Mm.
series. And we did three already, so we're gonna still filming a fourth one next week, and then a fifth one.
Wow,
And
super
we learn as
busy.
we go. Yeah, we learn as we go. So
Love that. All right, let's see here. So we've got some questions coming in. We're going in between questions and promotions and
okay,
updates. So
okay.
yeah, we're just weaving in and out. So we will get to your questions. I'm seeing them come in. Let's just they come in so quickly. So let's see
Oh
here.
yeah.
Susie says, if I understand correctly, we live simultaneous lives at the same time. But why does it matter if we can't be aware of them? I'm only aware of this self at the moment.
That's a good question, Susie. And I believe, like you do, that we do live several lives at once, the past, present, future, all one. If you look at quantum physics, right, or parallel universes.
Mhm.
But I think that when we choose to come back to Earth School, we have to start with a clean slate. And you got to start with a clean slate because it really is, we're being tested here. We're being tested every single day by the universe and by the various circumstances we find ourselves in which we've created in some way, or they've been created for us in some way. And really those lessons are rich for our expansion, our growth as a soul being.
Mhm.
And not only us, but the other souls who we share the experience with. If you came back and you were very much aware of other lifetimes, of other realities, if you would, of future things, your mind would be so caught up with that, if you will, the parallel world or the past, or something you did to someone in a past life, you'd be upset about it, or worrying about a future life, that you wouldn't have time to concentrate on this moment now, on this earth life,
Right.
which is exactly what you're here for. It's a very strong place to be. It's an incredible place to come back to. Believe it or not, the earth is one of the most uh, I would say, I don't say higher education, but a
Mhm.
space where you can grow from very, very quickly. You can progress. You can't progress as fast in the spiritual realms. You progress quicker down here because it's the physical. It's kind of
Mm.
the building blocks, it's foundation. So that's why it's so quick down here. So we can build very, very quickly if we just use love instead of fear. That's all we have to do.
So do you think it has a lot to do with the fact that when we're here, we have a physical body, and in spirit, we have no body?
Correct. So
Okay.
what we got caught up in, John, is when we first are born here in
Mhm.
age 1, 2, 3, 4, we're very open because we've just
Yeah.
come from the spiritual world. We are souls coming down to this human experience to take on this coat, this human coat,
Right.
and the physicality, the limitations, and the density of a slower vibration.
Mhm.
And for most people, they don't like it, especially people that are very spiritually aware, because on some level they're aware of how quicker they're quickening, they're fast vibration,
Mhm.
they're intuitive, they don't fit in. It's really, I believe, because we're so spiritual, we're so aware of that vibration, that frequency, which is a mental vibration in the spirit
Mhm.
world, that we come back here, we go through what's called the valley of forgetfulness. But there's a part of our soul, of course, which doesn't forget. There's that, if you will, that burning within us, that desire that we know more, we got to do more. And it is that yearning, that truth within us, that really propels us to grow.
Mhm.
If we listen to our intuition, which is the soul's voice, we'll always have the right answer.
Yeah.
It's really, and no one is the same. Everybody's different. So the answer for you might be different to somebody else, and that's very true. But you have to choose love. And the first space of love is yourself. You got to first love yourself.
Mhm.
Nobody can love you more than you love yourself. You can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself. So first have the relationship with self. And many souls come back here because this is a hotbed of love. This is
Mhm.
the various situations caused by different level souls will create scenarios of love for you and for somebody else. And so, and the human, we've got to be very careful, be caught up in the human mindset. It's an illusion
Yeah.
because the human, it's a physical, and we think this is it. It's not. It's temporary. It's temporary. The only thing that's real is love, and our thoughts and our actions and our words,
Mhm.
because they live on in mental vibration. If I could show you, if you could see it, um, if you were clairvoyant or really keenly clairvoyant, let's say you're just a soul here looking, you're not having a a human coat on you, and you're looking around, and someone's speaking or thinking, you'll see colors come out. You'll see beautiful colors or not beautiful colors. You'll see shapes of words, shapes of thought,
Mm.
and that is really what you're going to find out when you pass over to the mental world. You'll see all the thoughts, all of the actions, all the words that you gave out in this
Wow.
human level when you were here, and they'll have colors. They'll have, and you. I hope you have nice colors.
Mm.
If you have some darker colors, it's limitation, it's fear, and life is too short. You got to live in love again, and don't let someone else. Don't give your power away to somebody else. You
Yeah.
can't do that. Don't be too late. You got to do it yourself. That's why you're here.
Right, so the
Sorry, I was
energy of
getting off on
words.
that.
Yeah, so
The
that's
energy of
interesting.
words is so
Yeah.
important. So important.
And then we learn a lot from our body, like, a lot of lessons through the body, right? So, I mean
If we listen to our body every day,
yeah,
John, that would be the greatest thing to do. I mean, just
yeah.
listen to your body, go from your toes and slowly breathe in and breathe
Mhm.
out, and just go up your feet and your legs. Just listen to the body, and it really will help you. The knees, oh, I need a little more attention. My knees up. I need more circulation. I need to run a little bit more,
Right.
move the body. Oh, I shouldn't eat this. Oh, that feels not good to eat. And it's easy to do that. We can also do
Yeah.
the testing, the kinesiology testing too. Tapping. You can tap, or just this. If your body feels it's right for you, it stays together. It's not,
Hmm.
it'll be pulled apart. So kinesiology is very good in testing the body too.
Okay. So Lori has a great question for us. How do I stay in the light and love with constant negativity in my home?
Well,
Mm.
Lori, you are love and you are in the light. If they don't go
Mm.
anywhere, that's who you are. But so the thing I would just say to you, Lori, is again, the tests, your tests.
Mhm.
Um, Negativity in your home. Well, I would like to think of it as your field, the field around you of everyone.
Mhm.
It's like a radio station, and we can dial into the negativity, the fear, the limitation, the judgment, the negative at 88.9, or we can dial up to 106.7, which is love, happiness, joy, peacefulness. That's what we can do. So that's where you can place your mind. It doesn't mean that the environment around is necessarily going to change, but you will be changing. You won't be pulled up in it. You will be observing it. So John is wonderful. John has a great saying, which we all love. And John, it is
Yes, you want to observe, not absorb as empaths.
observe.
Yeah.
Don't absorb. You
Yeah.
want to observe. And that's
Yeah.
fine, Lori. So don't give your power away. And the negativity in my house, that's fine. You don't have to stay there. You can go out the backyard, maybe. You can go out and take a run. You don't have to be
Mhm.
there. And if someone's negative toward you, you have to stop that.
And that's what actually Sherry's saying. She goes, "I find people so angry during COVID and the
Yeah.
verbal attacks from strangers. How do I not take on this energy?"
You don't have to take on this energy. That's
Mhm.
their stuff. What you do is when someone throws that at you, and if it's personally to you, you stop and say, "Excuse me, that's
Yeah.
not right. You did that." I do it all the time, by the way. No, I haven't been yelled at yet, but I'm waiting for that opportunity because it's really been quite the opposite. Everyone's been really great and nice and kind, and I think I'm one of the only ones with my friend Denavia screaming and laughing down Target aisles, and people are like, "Oh, that's so great to see people laughing." So you have to, you have to be the change you want. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's down. So I
Yeah.
always make a game of it. In the game of it, I'm going to change the energy here. I'm going to go singing. I'm going to be happy. And, even people think it's BS. Who cares? That little bit of happiness, someone will look at that and say, wow, that's great. It'll make them feel better. It'll shift the energy. So try doing that. That will help. Don't give your energy away to people that are negative. But again, you don't have to have that energy on you. If you choose not
Mhm.
to, don't have to. I would stop it like that.
Right, especially if you're an empath, because you have talked about that a lot about how we absorb, other people if we're not careful. So it's
Empaths, yeah,
important
they're
to have,
sponges, sponges.
yeah, yeah. So to have the training that you provide in the course, Life Tools for the Highly Sensitive Person, is a really good place for people to start that are
And
looking
and you
for
can't
energy
right, and you can't love
protection.
others to your own detriment.
Mhm.
So don't give up your own power. Don't love it. I gotta love my husband. I gotta love the kids. Don't. You can't do that to your own detriment. That's very important.
Yeah. Let's see here.
How about a couple more, John? And then I think it's
Okay,
time to
you've
Google.
got it. So let's see here. We've got several coming in, and
Okay.
let's go to one right here that's asking about a pet hawk.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be an animal one. Oof, I knew it.
So, what do you have to say about the hawk, James? And that's a great one for our animal communicators. It's coming up as well. So, if you want to
Well, the
check out
hawk is
that
the male
course, James.
psychic. The hawk is
Hmm.
the male psychic. That's very true. Um, so Jean Marie, I would say, as Kelly would say, she's a male brain and a female body. There you go. I can just tell. I love that.
Yeah,
You can't write a month ago after I lost my dog. I am leaving this home. Will your
yeah.
hawk stay? I don't know. I think your hawk is going to be around. If not that hawk, another hawk. It's also protection. So think of it as that.
Mm, yeah.
It's protection as well. I had a hawk on. It's really weird on top of like this pine tree, and it was there for like, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes, just standing at this pine tree, looking down at my house.
Mm,
Oh, and I called Kelly White, of course, and it was protection. But I'm the male psychic, so it was pretty interesting. There was once. This is very interesting too. 2 years ago, I was in my backyard with my roommate Ken and and Kelly White. Thank you.
yeah.
And we're sitting there, and Brian comes out and gives us drinks to have. And Brian leaves, and the three of us just happened to look up, and there was a hawk flying by. And as soon as it flew over us, it opened its beak, and sparrows came out and flew the other way.
Oh,
And like,
wow.
and Kelly, of course, like, totem, totem, totem. And what it means is male psychic me, and a lot of change is coming. A lot of changes are coming. Sure enough, I got divorced a year later, and lots of changes. And now, no traveling. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of change. That is
Signs
for
are all around
sure.
us, just take the time.
Yeah.
How about one more phone call? One more phone call, one more question.
One more
Where
question.
am I?
Well,
Twilight
actually,
Zone.
Susie has a request for you.
Okay,
Could we do a meditation today? Maybe a grounding meditation to end with. What do you
okay,
think?
sure, sure, that
Okay.
sounds good, I could do that.
I think that'll
I
be a
can do
nice way to
that.
go out.
Okay, good, I will do that.
Okay.
Let me get some music here. I
Okay.
can do that too. Alright, so wherever you are, just close your eyes and be comfortable. And as you sit in your seat or lie down, that's fine. Just listen to the sound of my voice and become aware of the body. Become aware of yourself sitting in the chair, the floor underneath you, the back of the chair. Become aware of this body, back, your shoulders, your neck, and your head, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, neck, chest, stomach area. Just become aware of that. Go down to your legs now, your feet. And as you connect with the inner part of yourself and as you close your eyes to the outside world, they're open to the inner world of light, luminosity. For you are first and foremost a soul having a human experience. And just in your mind, just become aware, indeed, that you are a soul and listen to your soul. Listen to that soul. What does your soul want to tell you today? Your light extends way out of the body, all the way down to Mother Earth. It's your imagination, I'd like for you now to take the energy of your light and let that energy grow down like roots of a tree coming out of your feet and going down all the way down to Mother Earth and finding your own personal rock, your grounding, your space that you love to go there with Mother Earth. And as you go down to Mother Earth, become aware of how it feels. How does it feel as you go down lower and lower? What's the energy like? Become aware of the colors shifting too. You might see greens or browns. Feel the density, feel the sense of solidness. Become aware of the energy of Gaia, Mother Earth. Mother Earth has us, holds us deeply, nurtures us, anchors us, grounds us. And at this time, become aware that you may even at this time let go of any heartache, any upset, any negative thoughts that you've created in your mind or you received in your mind. Now is a time you're allowed to let go of that energy, this foreign energy, the energy that's really not right for your vibration. Mother Earth takes all of the negative energy, all the foreign energy, all the thought forms from other people, any negative thinking, any doubts. Let all that just really come right out of your feet into the light, into Mother Earth. She absorbs that. She needs that for fertilizer to grow. So any thoughts of negativity, of self-doubt, fear, upset, let it go. I'm going to breathe in and exhale with the mouth and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. And again, breathing in the nose and exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just one more time. Inhale And exhale. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Good. And now I'd like for you to imagine, to envision your light, your light in your heart. We've come up from Mother Earth, that light of us, still there, but our awareness now is in our heart center, the seat of the soul. Become aware of that brilliant green light coming out of your heart. And surround yourself from the top of your head, the bottom of your feet, with that green light energy of unconditional love. Feel the universe love you. Feel your soul love you for just who you are. Don't be anything but yourself. Nothing but yourself. And to yourself, speak back to your soul, saying, I love you, my dear soul. I love you, my dear soul. I love you, my dear soul. Good. And then become aware that you're feeling like pulled up, floating up higher and higher through the top of your head, the crown, and you go on this beautiful, majestic ride. You float up higher and higher, and soon you find yourself sitting on a mountain, and all around you is space, blues and greens, could be forests down below, whatever you can imagine, maybe stars, maybe planets. This is your safe place. This is your place to commune with your higher self. This is your place of observation. You are on this mountain, which connects to Mother Earth. You feel centered, grounded, safe. You are yourself. You feel the love of the universe, the love of Mother Earth, Father Sky, the love of yourself, you soul. And just as you sit in that mountain, I want you to feel the universe rain down on you thoughts, thoughts the universe wants to share with you, whatever they may be. As we sit here today, we ask Divine Heavenly Parent for your blessing and love on every single person that is in this space right now, and for everyone who we're going to encounter this week. We hope that we'll be open to change, to inform, to wake them up to this love, to this light. We stay grounded and balanced in this loving light. And so it is. And slowly open up your eyes and be as one.
Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you.
Yes. It's like taking a shower, right?
Yes, especially when we were doing the breathing, I could feel like goosebumps and just sort of like the energy just rolling off and then feeling it with positive energy just felt
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, the 3 breaths was a really powerful one for me.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a
Yeah.
bunch of them next time. We'll do that.
Yeah.
We could do a whole hour meditation. We'll do it next time. We'll do a meditation for the hour because
Okay.
for 40 minutes because there's some good stillness ones too because that'll help
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Mm.
Susie, thank you for that suggestion. That was awesome.
Thanks, Susie.
Really helped out. I think we all could use that right now. It's a great way to start a week, right?
Yeah, and remember that, like you said, John, observe, don't absorb,
Yeah.
and you just watch the craziness. Don't be part of the craziness. Don't get caught up in the frenzy of it all. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
what an interesting show this is, because it really is. It's just a show. It's just a show. Don't get caught
Yeah.
up in it.
And so this is recorded, so you can always go back and review it. The meditation was at the end, so you can always go back to that many, many times and listen back and ground through these difficult and challenging times. But there's a lot of lessons
Interesting
in there, right?
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting
So
times. Yeah,
yeah.
fascinating. We signed up for it.
Yep. Well, thank you very much,
Thanks,
James.
John.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Big
God
hugs to
bless everybody.
everyone. Take
Bye, everyone.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye.